Hey everyone, I'm Chris, and this is Cue the Credits. Welcome back to Cue the Credits, the home of everything physical media, the art of collecting, and me talking movies and TV. In today's video, we're going to be talking about everything that I watched in September. Now, it was a relatively light month, to be honest with you. I'm just looking at the stack of physical media that I watched, and it's not a massive amount. Didn't even manage to get to the cinema that much, which is a little bit annoying, but hey, life happens. It's been a really crazy month, but I'm still pleased with what I've got to watch because hey, it's a privilege to be able to experience this anyway, right? So starting off the month, on the first of the month, we got a cinema double bill, and the first one out the gates was Freakier Friday. Now personally, on the old letterbox, as you saw, I gave this a 3 out of 5. This was actually really good fun. Like, I went in really apprehensively, so did the other half, and we both had a ball of a time. Didn't take itself too seriously. There were quite a few moments where you went, oh, really? But overall, it was enjoyable. Maybe a little bit on the long side. I don't think it needed to be nearly 2 hours, but it was a decent little romp. I definitely check it out when it inevitably gets to Disney Plus. Next up, after Freakier Friday, we checked out The Toxic Avenger. This was, and I'm probably being quite generous here, a 2.5 out of 5. It's not that it was bad in any sense of the word, it was just a bit mental. Like, easily got an extra, well, it definitely got an extra half a star for like the end credit scene. That was brilliant. I won't spoil it, but that's a really, really good time. And also just Elijah Wood being in like proper messed up making, going, summon the nuts, was just, it was great. It was a really fun time. In the same sense as Freakier Friday being a fun time, this was, yeah, maybe there's a reason why it didn't get released. That's all I'm saying. Maybe there's a reason. Checking the letterbox, and this kind of just says how like crazy it's been. It's the 9th of September, so a whole 8 days of like nothing. But there was a couple of TV shows which I'll talk about at the end, but no like features in 8 days is a bit nuts. This was a pickup from August, which it needed to get watched as it was going to get sold, was 50 Shades of Grey. I'd be lying if I said I didn't kind of enjoy it. It is trash of the highest degree. I rated it 1.5 out of 5. The acting's pretty bad. The whole thing, it's not great. It's not great. It's not good, but it's kind of a, you know what, if you sit down and laugh about it, it's an interesting one. It does have a great cliffhanger ending though. The last 20 seconds on it, well, the last 20 seconds of the actual theatrical cut, brilliant. This unseen edition adds a chunk of stuff in at the end, which is just not needed. It ends really, really well. And then this just tanks on a load of stuff that you don't need. So yeah, kind of enjoyed it. Next up was Kingdom of Heaven. Once again, just worth the purchase to be able to do this. This was a really, really fun time. I've done a full video reviewing it, but this is absolutely gorgeous. Visually and sound, it is great. I personally gave it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was incredible. It was the director's cut, as this is the only version on this disc, but the director's cut is phenomenal. Just a who's who of acting, and it is one of Ridley Scott's masterpieces, hands down. Realistically, it's quite an underrated film. You know, we can take out the questionable Orlando Bloom acting, but this is phenomenal. If you haven't checked out Kingdom of Heaven, 100% do. Next up was another cinema double bill, and as you can probably guess, it was one of those months where if we got to the cinema, we ended up doing a couple of films. This was the day after, so we got a little bit of time, or a little bit less of a lull between features. First film up, we watched Caught Stealing, and this is Darren Aronofsky's new film starring Austin Butler and Regina King. It's also got supporting performances by Matt Smith, Zoe Kravitz, Liev Schreiber, Vincent D'Onofrio, just to name a few. This cast is stacked, and I was really, really excited for this film, and it 100% delivered. I really, really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was pretty spot on with everything that it did. I'm really turning into an Austin Butler guy. Honestly, that Doom Part 2 performance, and then the Bike Riders, Eddington, and now this. I need to check out Elvis, but he's doing some really, really good work at the moment, and I am really enjoying it. So if you haven't already, it's on streaming now. Go check out Caught Stealing. Next up was The Conjuring: Last Rites. Now, personally, I haven't seen The Conjuring Part 2 or 3. My other half wanted to go and see this because she's up to date on the whole Conjuring universe. So I was like, yeah, sure. It doesn't seem like I need to know what happened. There was a couple of slight nods to like older films, and there's a really nice scene where it's kind of like a, ooh, who's all of these people? But overall, it was quite an enjoyable film. 3 out of 5. I feel like, and one of the other criticisms, that it could have lent more on the family that's getting possessed, more than the actual, hunters, as it were, the ghost hunters, whatever you want to call the Conjuring family. But all in all, it was an enjoyable time at the cinema. Could it have been better for a last one? Yeah. Did it go on for a little bit longer than it needed to? Yeah. Is Patrick Wilson doing like that with a Bible in his hand? With a Bible in his hand? Gonna be like an iconic shot of his? Yeah, it is. He's had a really changed career trajectory where he's just gone straight into horror, and you know what, it really suits him. He's doing a great job. Next up is another release that I have featured quite prominently in its own video, which I'll link up here. I know there's going to be a lot of linking. It's kind of most of the stuff that I watched, but it is Nicholas Winding Refn's Pusher trilogy. Now, as a preface for videos, I will try and watch stuff for the whole review. Sometimes when it's a lot of films in a short amount of time to get a video out, then I might not be able to check it out. I thought I was only going to be able to check out maybe one of the Pusher films, and then also check out the picture and audio on the others to give a relatively comprehensive review. These films are so good that I ended up marathoning all 3 of them within like an evening and a half. Not even so I could get the video out, just because I was enjoying them so much. If you haven't checked out Pusher, then 100% do. They're great films. They're all Danish films. They're set in Copenhagen. It is just such a vibe. But they are 3 so strikingly different films, all in the same world, that it's just a masterpiece of filmmaking by Refn. So check out Pusher if you get the chance. 100% worth it. My ratings were 3 out of 5 for Pusher, 4 out of 5 for Pusher 2, and 4 out of 5 for Pusher 3. All very, very good films. Would recommend. So after the Pusher films, and after seeing all that crime and debauchery and a little bit of ultra violence, I had to go back to the good well. That's 50 Shades Darker. I couldn't not. It was in a door pack, and this one's better. This is a 2 out of 5. It's not great, but it's definitely better. You know what? There were certain bits of this where I was like, oh, okay, you know what? Kind of started to get behind it and was enjoying the film for what it is. It's not going to win any awards. Well, I don't think it won any awards. Either way, the acting's not great, but I don't think there's any but. Yeah. It's 50 Shades of Grey. Next, unfortunately, don't have a 4K of it, but finished the trilogy. We had to. 50 Shades Freed. This was a 1.5 out of 5. Not a great time, but overall, the trilogy was interesting is probably the best way of putting it. You know what? I'm not gonna lie and say that I didn't have a relatively enjoyable time watching the 50 Shades films, if not just for taking the absolute piss out of them throughout. And I'm sure, well, my other half definitely had a very enjoyable time watching me go, what is this? But yeah, it's 50 Shades. I've said it about 7 times in this video. It is what it is. Next up, we have 2 more films that I've done full videos on. Click on the channel link below. You can go and get my full thoughts on there. But I had Hackers, which was a 3.5 out of 5. I'm just looking down to check. Yep, that's what I gave it. It's a good 90s romp. It can definitely have a lot of rewatch value on it. It still holds up really well, actually. Worth checking out. And then we had Night of the Living Dead. This was a 4 out of 5. It's Tom Savini's remake of the George Romero film. Fantastic little double whammy. Both of these have their own videos on the channel. If you want a further deep dive into these, by all means, check out their respective videos. Next up, I picked up Arrow Video's Enter the Video Store box set, and this has got a collection of various different like 80s films in there, so had to check out one of them. Picked it from random, and that was Dolls. It's a little bit glary there, but as you can see, this is a 1986 horror film. I mean, it is a horror film. It's from 86. I had such a fun time with this. Like, it was a 3.5 out of 5 for me. It is just a really fun, enjoyable film. It's proper got like those culty classic nostalgia vibes. Like the soundtrack alone is like this ding 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 ding. That sounds nothing like it, I'll be honest. Either way, it's a really good time. And this is the same director who did Reanimator, which is in the 31 days of Halloween that I've got to watch. So I'm really actually excited to see Reanimator, because apparently that is phenomenal. And this is like proper B movie, but this was a good B movie. This is a B+ movie straight away. Next up, checked out Hamilton. This was the 10th anniversary screening. So this was all in the cinema. We had a massively packed out screen. People were singing along. There was some people who were like running up and down the aisles and getting filmed doing monologues, which was not a fun time at all. But for the majority of the time, it was really enjoyable to get to see Hamilton on a big screen. I'm a massive Hamilton fan. It was, yeah, it was very enjoyable for me to see it in that setting. Next up was another film from the Arrow Enter the Video Store box set, and this one was Cellar Dweller. So this is from 1987. I gave it a 2 out of 5. It wasn't great. Like, this was proper, like, this was a B- movie. Wait, is B- better than B? Either way, this was a C movie. It's about this like creature that gets summoned by these artists who like work in a cellar. It's so weird. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And the acting's like super questionable. The special effects was really good, and like the monster effects was great on it. But like, you'd watch it and you know what, it'll probably go on in the background for a Halloween film, but it is weird as all hell. But currently we are one good film, one questionable film out of that box set. We've got 3 more to go, so let's see how that goes. And then finally, 4 features this month. I watched Tron and Tron Legacy, both in 4K. These have their own separate video just up there. I go into a real deep dive on both of them, so I would recommend checking that out if you got the time. These are personally 2 of my favorite sci-fi films. I absolutely adore Tron, so it's great getting them in 4K and having them at like the best possible resolution. Absolute wins. And then finally, let's talk TV. Unfortunately, didn't really get to watch that much TV, but did manage to finish some seasons. So first off, finished season 4 of Sons of Anarchy. We're working our way through Sons of Anarchy at the moment. This is a wonderful well, actually, it's a wonderful series if you haven't checked it out already. I'd absolutely recommend it. It's streaming on Disney Plus now. You can watch it all there. But the Blu-rays look absolutely phenomenal. I think TV really shines on physical media because you see it on such a compressed signal, whether it's streaming or terrestrial TV. Getting to watch it in Blu-ray, like the sound alone is just A1. But season 4, it's a great time. Can't wait to finish the rest of the season. And then to end off September, kind of like what I did in August, I've been running through It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. This month I managed to finish season 11, season 12, season 13, season 14, season 15, and season 16 of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. These latter seasons have like a semi-rocky road of like, well, is it good? Is it not good? There's certain bits which are really great, then there's certain seasons that are like questionable. Once you kind of get over season 13, it starts to improve again. Obviously, I've just finished season 16. The last episode of season 16, which is Dennis Takes a Mental Health Day, is brilliant. To be fair, the last half of season 15 with all of the episodes in Ireland were also really fun. If you haven't checked out It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, in the UK it's available to stream on Netflix. Would absolutely recommend it. So that is everything that I watched in September. It was a relatively busy month, personally anyway, but I got through quite a decent amount of stuff. I'd say that it's a win, but I would have liked to watch more. Thankfully, October is going to be a crazy busy month for actually watching stuff. So I'm really, really excited for everything that's coming on that side of things. What was your favourite thing that you watched in September? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button, share it with your friends. It's really, really appreciated. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.